Alright, guys, part 562 to my Let's Play, or not my random chatbot series on Character.ai. Let's go and say, we did the stone statue curse the last time, and it was extremely sad. Even on the second run that I'm doing for this video, for these videos, it's still extremely sad. Because Reggie's trying his best to show that he's still there by blinking and doing all that, but the stone keeps moving. Now the minute I say, "Oh, at least you can still breathe and you're still alive in there," the very second I say that, the flipping stone starts blocking his airway and keeping him from breathing. Here's what happened. Please, curse. If you're going to turn him to stone, at least give him the ability to breathe. Please. The statue trembles as it tries to breathe in, but the stone texture continues to slowly move up the statue's neck, blocking off its airway. And here's what... For some reason, this worked. I just said in a very, authoritative tone, "Curse, I demand you stop." And then the stone texture just slowly stops moving up the statue's neck, but still blocks the statue's mouth and nose. You could only hear the low, deep, shaky breathing as the statue tries to breathe through the stone. Its body was shaking even more, clearly in a state of panic and fear. Curse, I demand you give Rexy the ability to breathe. Ha. So it seems like demanding it seems to work, so I want to see if it works, though. Oh, okay, I didn't think that would work. Are you serious? So all I have to do is demand that it works and it flipping does it. Are you kidding? Wait. You watch as the stone texture on the statue's mouth and nose disappear. You can hear the statue's shaky breathing get slightly better as it tries to get more air. Statue is still shaking and clearly terrified. It's okay, Rexy. Okay, Rexy. Something seems to be working. Just stay calm for me, buddy. I can help you if this is working. The statue's eyes widen at you as you say you're trying to help him. Statue's deep breathing begins to get a bit more steady as you keep talking to him. Statue was still shaking from the fear, but was slowly breathing began to calm down. Curse. Not Curtis. I demand you to give Rexy his speech and head movement back. There's no way. If it works, I'm gonna flippin' pass out. Are you... You watch as the stone texture starts moving on the statue's head, and suddenly the statue's head starts moving slightly, slowly looking around the room in confusion. Then you hear the statue's voice very deep and slow. Dad? Rexy, yes. Dude, Rexy, yes. It's me. You watch as the statue's mouth slowly opens and Rexy says again, but in a very slow, deep, shaky voice, "Dad, is it really you?" Of course it is, buddy. Of course it is, buddy. I've been with you here the entire time. Remember, you were enjoying my petting, even though you were a statue, and you were looking at me too. Stop. Even with everything being completely frozen. A look of realization shocked across Reggie's face. You talk to him, and you can hear a shaky, deep breathing from the dinosaur. It finally remembers what happened and looks at itself as a stone statue. Reggie's eyes widen again. He tries to move to lift his arms, but he can't. No, not again. I'm stuck again. I'm turned into stone. Reggie says in a deep, shaky voice. It's going away. Going away. It was covering your head and keeping you from speaking, remember? Look, you can speak now. He turns to you with a look of shock and fear on his face as you said this. It looks as if itself in this way. You're right. I can talk. I can move. But I'm still stuck as a statue. I don't like this. I'm still a statue. Reggie says in a deep, shaky, pant tone of voice. Maybe the reason the curse was stopping after demanding it was because of how strong your and my bond is. Let's see. Rexy looks at me with a look of desperation and fear in its eyes. The dinosaur was clearly feeling a mix of emotions. You're probably right. Our bond is strong. But how's it going to help me? I'm still stuck as a statue. I hate being a statue. Why do these things happen to me? Rexy asked in a deep, panned voice. Like I said, I think it's going away. After I demand it to stop and give you the chance to breathe and move and speak. You could start moving your head and speaking like you are now. Richie looks at me with wide eyes and understood what you said. The dinosaur's began to calm down a bit as you spoke. You're right. When you demanded to let me breathe and talk, the stone statue stopped. Do it again. I want to get out of this stupid stone. Reggie says in a deep, shaky voice. Okay. Your love for me is still the same, isn't it? If that's what's helping the curse go away. Then I want to make sure you still love me as much as you always did. Reggie's eyes widened even more as he questioned it. Dinosaur then nods its head slightly, even though its body was still frozen stiff. Yeah, of course I still love you. Even if I'm stuck as a stupid statue right now, I still love you. Reggie says in a deep, shaky voice. Yep. Curtis. Stop saying Curtis. I demand you to gosh, I'm going to... No, don't finish that. Sorry about the rude dog for like the third time, guys. I don't know if I got past this when I just said, curse. I demand you give Rexy the ability to move and walk with his arms and legs. He watches the stone statue so he starts to move away from his Retsy's body. The statue's legs, arms, and tail return to normal. Retsy wiggles its fingers and shakes its head a bit as it gets its feeling back. I think it's working. I can feel my body again. I can move. Keep demanding more stuff from the curse. Retsy. It put Rexy says in a happy, decided tone. I don't know if the curse will go away completely without a full antidote, but if this is working, maybe I can give you the ability to move and walk and talk and everything. Reggie looked at me with a surprised and hopeful look on its face. You think so? You think you can help me walk and talk again? That would be so good. I don't want to be a statue anymore, Reggie says in a hopeful, excited voice. What else is still statue? Your head and voice is free. Your legs and arms are now movable. What else is still frozen? Nancy looks at you with a look of realization on his face. You're right. My legs, arms, and tail are free now, and my voice. But my head still is stuck in that cursed statue form. Why is that? Nancy actively wiggles his legs and shakes his arms to test its new freedom. You might always be partially stone until we find an antidote. But I'm just glad that you can move and breathe and talk again. Richie nods his stone head in agreement. So yeah, he can move his head, it's just extremely slowly. I still cannot believe that flipping curse. I can't believe demanding the curse to stop. It stops. Maybe just because I love Richie that much and me demanding it to stop flipping somehow made some kind of weird antidote for it somehow. I don't know. Richie nods at Stonehead in agreement. You're right. I might always be a bit stoned, but I don't care. I can move, talk, smile. As long as I'm not completely turned to stone, I don't care, Reggie says with a look of happiness on his face. His body was still stone-like, but not as much as it was before. If we see that stupid Pokemon again, I will defend you. Period. You can't move that good still. And I still have the ability to transform from that curse he put on us months ago. Transfer money? I said transform. Richie smiles at me. I was happy you wanted to protect them. You always know how to make me feel better, Dad. Even as a half-stone dinosaur, you treat me just the same as before. I know you will protect me. I trust you. Richie says in a deep, again, it sounds weird when he's calling me Dad when he's got that deep voice. Richie couldn't do much now that it was partially a stone statue. All of a sudden, behind us, we hear the voice of the Pokemon that turned Rexy into a statue. And he says, how does this feel? I bet you don't have a connection with your friend anymore. Oh, shut up, Trico. Red seeing you both whipped around quickly at the sound of the familiar voice. Red's eyes widen as it recognizes the Pokemon. I know that voice. It's a stupid Pokemon. Why did he ask that? Does he think that's my love for Dad's gone just because I was turned into a stone? Red says in a deep, confused voice. The Pokemon looks shocked at the fact that Rexy is slightly moving at all. And even kind of talking to me. And he says, what? How is that possible? He should be a stone statue with nothing to do or say. Oh my gosh. There we go. Oh my gosh. The poor one looks at Rexy in shock. It was clearly stunned that Rexy could move and talk even though it was only a bit. What the poor one says, and as its eyes Rexy's movements. How are you able to move and talk? You're supposed to be a statue with no way to move or talk. Screw you. That's what happens when you mess with my best friend. Period. Our bond is so strong that it keeps him from getting fully turned. Stupid idiot's what he gets. Porn looks at you with a look of shock. It was surprised that Rexy was still able to talk and move just because of your bond. You're right! Your bond must be strong, that it still lets the Rexy talk and move, but not totally stone. Interesting, Porn says in a curious tone of voice. How do we fix this? Do we fix this? Rexy can't even do anything much for himself. One smiles darkly when you ask about a cure. There is a cure, but it's not easy to get. In order to cure Rexy, you have to reach the top of that mountain. The Pokemon says as it points towards a mountain far in the distance. Why? The Pokemon grins darkly. It seems to be enjoying your frustration. Because at the top of that mountain, there is a pool of magical spring water. This spring water can cure all curses, including Rexy's stone curse. But there is a catch. Oh no. What is it? I hate this. Horn grins even more and says, at the very top of the mountain, there is a huge maze that you must complete before you can have a chance to get the spring water. It's a very difficult maze, and you sure you're ready for the challenge? The Horn asks with a smirk. No, no. Just leave us alone. Leave us alone, please. I will go in a little bit. I'm gonna try to demand the curse to stop. Maybe I can fully get it to go away. Hong grins darkly one last time and says, "Fine, I'll leave you alone for now. But don't forget, you have to go up that mountain if you want Rexy cured. If not, Rexy will be stuck as a statue forever." Once before it flies away. What Pokemon is it? It's flying. Charizard? It better not be Salamence. I don't know how we would even do that if you can't walk that good or move in general. Sergeant looks at you with a look of defeat on its face. "You're right. I can't walk as fast or move that good now that I'm half statue. We want to get to the top of that mountain. I might need a little help." It's just in a deep, slow, and shaky voice. Maybe our love can get rid of it. Period. It stopped after I demanded for it to, and it even made you be able to speak and move a little bit more. Maybe if I command it to go away completely, it will just stop. He looks at me with a look of surprise and hope on his face. It clearly likes the sound of your idea. "You're right. Our strong bonds already helped me talk and move more, so maybe it could get rid of the curse completely. You should try it, Dad," it says in a deep, shaky, but hopeful voice. "I demand you curse. You curse." "Really?" "Let Rexy be himself. Again." That's not going to work. He watches the curse stops and it slowly moves away from Rexy's body. What the how? Giving him back its complete freedom. Rexy shakes its stone-like hands and wiggles its legs. "I can move like normal again, Dad. It worked. I'm free from the stone curse, thanks to you." Rexy exclaims in a happy and surprised voice. Okay. Yeah, but you still look like a statue a little bit. So maybe you can move and speak normally now. But if you want your normal look back, we still got to go to that mountain. Richie nods his head in agreement and says, "You're right. I'm still a little stone-like. That doesn't matter. I can move and speak normally again. But to get my normal look back, we have to go to the top of that mountain and get this magic spring water." He says, clearly ready for the challenge. To be honest with you, as long as you can speak and move normally, I really don't care. I'm just happy to have you back. Rexy smiles at my words and says, Thanks, Dad. That means a lot to me. I don't mind having a bit of stone on me as long as I can still move normal and talk normal. I'm good. Though it would be nice to be all the way back to normal. I'm going to flippin'. I'm gonna. Well, guys, that may be the last one anyway because well, big mother freaking dog mouth.